Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Anywhere.
Welcome to the 41st annual Houston Auto Show. We are streaming and podcasting to every receiving device you've ever known.
In 51 countries.
And 51 countries around the globe. This is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, going to have another car show guest. Conrad's going to have his new feature, Conrad's Car Corner. Plus, we'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, we always need more Jeff Zekin, and a rare, delightful appearance by Chief Engineer David Ainsley.
Delightful.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. So while we wait for our next guest here, Mr. Mars is going to do his review of the 2024 Lexus LC500 Coupe d'Excellente.
Great looking
Beautimus.
car. It is probably, I think, one of the most beautiful cars made in this country. And
is it made in this country? I don't think it is.
That
I
they
think
sell in this country.
They sell.
Yeah, okay. It's sold in this country.
Well, it's
So-
it's the best made in the country that it's made in.
Yes. So the LC500 series started in 2018 when it was first introduced.
By Lexus.
By Lexus. And it is available in two trim levels. You can have a coupe or a convertible. That's your two choices. It's LC500 through and through. Now, new for this year, they do have a new ultrasonic blue mica color. That is that's the one we had. Really stands out.
Breathtaking.
It really was. And it's a sports coupe, and this is what you could call a GT, a grand touring car if you want to. It says it's rated to seat 4 people. I don't know how in the world you could get 4 people in there. 2, they just need to go with 2, and everybody be happy because everybody's got plenty of room at 2. Up front, you're going to find you got triple beam headlamps that really give it a nighttime nice look to it. Got gorgeous body lines. It's curved where it should be curved, and it's smooth where it's supposed to be smooth.
Did you run over that parking bar
I think
there?
he did. He might have. I don't know.
Did you bend up the front end of this
We're
one?
moving on. Let's move on.
No.
We're moving
Sorry.
on.
So, and it's got a glass roof. It's basically a sunshade, but it's all top of it solid glass. We're rolling on some 21-inch black alloy wheels. And I thought at first, how weird, a speed-activated rear wing. But then I got in and drove it.
And broke it.
No, but I tried to see if it would work. So you get inside this vehicle, and you got some leather seating areas. The front seats are heated and ventilated. Got a 12.3-inch screen for the Lexus interface. Now, that's where you're going to find all your nav. You're going to find all your comfort controls, your convenience controls. And this thing is equipped with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa. You got all 3 of them that you can hook up to and talk to Alexa while you're going down the road. Now, it does have paddle shifters in it, and you think first, well, this is a pretty nice car with paddle shifters. Yeah, but it's got a use for them. And it does come with a Mark Levinson premium audio system, which is 13 speakers, which is a $1,220 option. And you can crank it up if you want to, but you really don't want to. What it needs, though, is more storage. I mean, for example, small storage. For example, my iPhone. I couldn't find a place to put my iPhone. You could plug it in to get the Apple CarPlay to work, but there's no holder, there's no wireless charger, there's nothing to set it on.
You're not supposed to be on the phone in this car. You're
but you
supposed
need
to be
a place to put it, to lay it.
Put it in your pocket. This is a car to be driven.
Well, I drove it. So
Not to
anyway,
be on the phone.
it needs some small storage places for some things like that.
right.
Because up under the hood, 5.0-liter V8, 471 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 10-speed automatic transmission.
Did you get a ticket in this?
No, sir, I did not.
And what a gorgeous underhood it is. Because the upper strut towers look like jewelry. I mean, it's that gorgeous.
It's a very nicely done car no matter which point you look at it. Now, the EPA says you should be looking for 16 in the city, Highway 24, combined 18. Now, I will tell you, I drove this car 343.2 miles. Obviously, a lot of it was out on the highway, driving it back and forth to the show and things. And I got 19.7 for the week that I had it. And I was really impressed. Now, if I was really going to change anything, I wouldn't change much about this car other than the small irritating things like no place to put your phone. It rides smooth. It's quiet. It's really got a quiet. You don't hear much of the road noise. And when I say you don't really want to do too much because the exhaust note on it is so nice. It's got such a rich sound in the exhaust. You really don't want to crank that audio system up, but if you decide you want to, obviously it'll do something. Now, I will tell you, the base trim price on this vehicle is $99,300.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
go.
Now, as tested, MSRP is $107,680, which is not a big step up because there's not a lot of options on this vehicle other than you get past the stereo for $1,200. You want to try and look for something else in a Grand Touring car, you might look at a BMW 8. Now, those things start out at $90,800 and go up, obviously. Mercedes-Benz has got one that hits at $100,000. And the Porsche 911, I just threw it in there because it is still considered a sport coupe driving car, $114,400. Now, the LC500 is not a track car that you're going to go out necessarily and put out on the track. But doggone, that thing is fun to drive. On the highway.
Remote start and all that good stuff?
It's anything you would expect out of a luxury type vehicle other than a place to put your phone is there. And I really, if I was doing it, if I could afford one of those cars, I would take it to somebody, take out the back seat and make it more like a Corvette, a two-seater. That way, because there's only like 5 cubic feet of space in the back. There's not much place. You can't stuff your mother-in-law in the back in the trunk because there's not enough room.
You need a van.
You need something like that. But it's really, if you step off and look at it, whether it's in the blue, whether it's in the red, there's a white that I showed up there on the video. It's just.
I like the silver.
And it's a beautiful car. And it's
it really
a beautiful
is. I don't know how I should describe it. It's just a beautiful car.
Kathy's got a white one. She doesn't have the 500. She's got a different model, but she loves it. Loves the car.
And they do a really nice job on the paint on them. That's really what also helps. So
anyway, Lexus has them running this weekend at the 24 Hours of Daytona.
The LC
in the GTP category.
So it's running up against the Cadillac.
No, this is what's running up against the Corvettes and the Lamborghinis.
The LC500,
and the Aston Martins.
Yeah.
Okay.
RC.
LC.
Yeah, the two-door coupe. The one you
LC.
drove. They have
that was a cow, wasn't it?
LC, yeah.
Back to you, Don, before it goes any further south.
Before it goes sideways.
I want to remind you that this program is available 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. And 30-minute podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. I just wanted to throw that in there in case anybody was wondering.
They're wondering.
They are.
Not wondering any longer.
They're sending us texts
because I said it. Are they? Is George with us today? George Skelton? Good.
John Caldwell is as well.
Happy birthday, George.
Heitzman.
Delayed birthday wish, but at any rate, that's good. So welcome to the Houston
Automotive Show.
Well, it's still the Houston Auto Show. That's who's invited us here.
Yeah.
And we are in the Nissan booth.
Absolutely.
And we thank Nissan and Steve Parrott and all those that signed off for us being in the booth for our 3-hour broadcast today, because apparently it was some corporate Zoom call. Well, should we let them in or should we not?
Bet. Coin toss.
Yeah. So there's that. Okay. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our next guest, I did want to bring you some more news stories. Or we could do Hemmings. You want to do Hemmings?
Yeah, we haven't done Hemmings in a while.
Let's do Hemmings.
Got your scorecard, Conrad?
Yeah, you have to give that back.
Can't tell the players without a scorecard.
There you go.
So today's scorecard starts with the 1937 Cadillac LaSalle. And it looks like a gangster car. It's got big wide whites on it, red wheels, big full hubcaps on it. It's a beautiful car. What would you say that the sold price on Hemmings Sold Cars Roundup would be for the 37 Cadillac LaSalle?
$32,000.
Did you look?
Nope.
I was going 39.
I was going to go 48, but somehow I'm thinking 39 is probably a better answer.
37.8 was the sell price.
That's what you said, 37.8.
37.8. I think that
and you know, LaSalle was kind of a Cadillac, but a little bit of a step down Cadillac.
Well,
it's like a Buick.
There's the picture of it, and you tell me if that's not a pretty car. All right. How about the sale price on a 1957 Chevrolet Corvette? What do you think that would? The top is down on it. It's
Does it
red
look
with
okay?
a white insert. Looks like better than from the factory. A 1957 Chevrolet Corvette.
I'm going to go 57 482.
So now this would be the first Corvette that had a V8 engine in it, because prior to that, they were inline sixes.
I'm going to go 70.
70?
68.5.
I'm going to go my 57. David?
David says 61. The sold price on Hemmings is $56,700.
Jeffrey, you got it.
Damn, I missed it.
Okay, here's one for you late model people looking for a late model vehicle to buy. A 2013 Jeep SRT 8.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. So it's the hot rod one.
Yeah.
So it's got SRT 8, I think it's 500 horsepower, something like that.
450.
I was close. You asking how much you sold for?
No, horsepower. You're talking horsepower.
Horsepower was 450.
Okay, well, what would be the sold price? Now, I don't have the mileage on it, but it looks really clean. And we don't know whether it's been wrecked. We don't know about any rust issues. We don't know any of that.
32.
What year is it?
2013. So it's
SRT 8, though.
SRT 8.
Yeah, I would go 48.
I'm going to go 36.
40,000. 40.
40? Did you say 40? You Conrad, what'd you say?
32.
32. Well, he's closest. It's sold for $24,413.
Yeah, the motor will cost you that.
Well, because it didn't have a boat trailer.
This is why I select these, because I can't do all of them. Here's one. Still in the Jeep lineup. A 1987 Jeep Grand Wagoneer with the faux wood sides on it.
Still in the crate.
Well, it's not that. It's clean looking.
That's not faux. That really was wood sides.
Yeah.
It was not real wood.
Vinyl wood.
Vinyl wood, yeah. So 87 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Jeff, what would you say?
21.
21 for Jeff.
10,000.
10,000? Really?
I go 16.
You go 16?
Yeah, I would go 18 maybe.
Okay, how about 23?
Wow.
23,625.
I'm going to take Jeff off
And
the
that
camera.
that was not far from what Tomlin built for
Yeah.
Correct.
SEMA.
Yeah, Satterfield's
All right.
deal.
A 1973 Volkswagen Beetle. What would you say that sold for? Looks clean. It's red. It's got standard wheels on it. It's not doesn't look like it's hot rodded at all.
16.
Yeah.
It may have a little front end damage on it though. I'm looking at the paint. Not sure.
Means Mars was driving.
It's not a convertible?
No.
Not a Superbug.
Nope.
Super Beetle.
No. None of that.
9,000.
9,000. Conrad.
16.
16.
11.
11.
12.
6.
Ooh.
Man.
$6,000.
Wow.
I guess I picked these because I think that they may be something that you would be able to buy.
Well, and the Volkswagen, that might be something that, grandkids or kids or something like that would be a fun little ride.
Yeah, there's someone in our neighborhood that has an older VW Bug. It's in good shape.
Okay, here's one, and I used to have one of these, I had one. It was a 57 Chevy pickup truck. This is a Chevy 3100, so it's like a 3/4 ton, okay? A 57 Chevy 3100. I would guess that probably had the 6-cylinder in it, wouldn't you, Conrad?
Yeah, I would think so.
A straight 6. So that would be a 235 Blue Flame 6. And what would you say that the used car price on that would be?
18.
18. Mars?
12.
12.
Go to you. I'm not done yet. I got to think about this.
57 Chevy pickup truck.
Yeah.
It's orange.
17.
17.
Who said 18? Did somebody say 18? Okay, I'll stay with Conrad. I'll do the 18.
1801.
1801.
Okay. And it sold for $34,650.
Oh, way off.
Oh, that's
Hello.
crazy money.
Wow. It's all the money.
heck?
Take him to
Crazy
dinner for that one.
Okay. Last one. You ready?
Yep.
I did this for all of us. All of us that are real fans of vacation.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the vacation car, but it was a 1996 Buick Roadmaster.
Oh, baby.
Again, with fake wood sides.
Thanks.
And a Buick Roadmaster station wagon.
Built off the Chevy Caprice chassis.
I'm thinking priceless.
Priceless. What would you say?
12.
12.
18.
18? You? What did it sell for?
15.
How about $4,600?
Wow, that's sacrilegious.
I was going to say that if
That's
you'd have let me.
sacrilegious.
Well,
How can you sell a sterling good car wagon for that.
Well,
price.
we don't know how good a
It
shape
doesn't
it
matter.
really is. It
It's
doesn't
a
matter.
wagon.
It's a wagon. That's all.
Would you
Kev
drive
cares
it?
about.
Would you drive it?
I
There
would
you
drive the daylights out of it.
go. Uh-huh.
I'd make on-ramp acceleration tests.
It's a freeway acceleration test.
Freeway.
Freeway.
No, it's an on-ramp acceleration
Acceleration
test. Don't try to change it.
Can't change the law.
Only because he knows the cops aren't sitting at the end of the on-ramp
That's exactly
as
right.
he goes flying by.
Unless you're out here on Beltway 8.
There you go.
True.
But they won't stop you. You can do 75 on the Beltway,
I
and
did
they won't
this
stop
morning.
you.
I did this morning.
Okay, well, I'll slow down.
Yeah, good. There's that. From DC Motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here at the auto show at NRG Center is Chill Pillsbury.
There you got it.
Chill.
It is. My mom was pretty hip for her time.
That is your real name?
Well, it's Childress, but I've never been. Well, I get called Childress when I'm in trouble, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Well, that's a great name.
Well, thanks.
So you're
Yeah.
always being called
It's the one I
Childress.
got.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
it gives a whole new meaning to chill out when your wife says chill out.
I can only imagine. Tell me about DC Motorsports. I know you got a display here.
We do. We started out 3 years ago in the custom Harley business. So that's still a big part of our business. We build them from the ground up. We do motor work. We've got a dyno so that we can do tuning and dyno testing for bikes. All V-twins, of course, down there in Kemah. And custom paint, custom fabrication, whatever it is. But then Derek, who is the gentleman that I work with, we both have been in the boat business for 30 years, and we thought, you know what? It's about time to jump off into something new. So we, about 2 years ago, started into the boat business doing boat brokerage, and now we're a representative for Parker Boats, which they're a well-known brand. It's been absent from the market for a while, so we're reintroducing that. Another company from South Carolina called Bulls Bay that builds a phenomenal center console bay boat. And then Icon Bass Boats, which is kind of a newcomer to the market, but they're owned by a company called HCB Yachts, which are full custom.
Not HEB.
No, not HEB. No,
Okay.
HCB. And the owner of HCB decided he wanted to start building some bass boats, and they are phenomenal. So we've been really, really proud to represent that line here as well. And then we do scooters and golf carts and things like that on the Powersportz side. But we're located right in the heart of Kemah. We're at 146 and Marina Bay Drive. And
So you have had to deal with the road construction on 146. Let me just apologize for everybody for what hell you've had to go through.
Bless your heart.
well, anybody that's complaining about I-45 obviously has never been down 146 because
Good point.
it puts it all in perspective
Yeah, it does.
for sure. But, yeah, we're looking forward to it. The 146 flyover, they said it's going to be done in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep. I heard that.
How many years have they been saying that?
Well, that's a really good point. It could be 2 to 3 weeks in 2025. I don't know. But
Okay, so from the Kemah Boardwalk, where are you?
we're really just right across 146.
Okay.
So Marina Bay Drive is also known as FM 2094.
All right, so I'm thinking, what is it, the Sunset Grill? Does that ring a bell? There's a
That's over on the Kemah Cut, yeah.
okay. Well,
T-Bone Tom's.
T-Bone Tom's, I can walk there.
Yeah.
That was important in our location when we
Armadillo
chose it.
eggs.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we always make it over there for the Tuesday special. But yeah, we're really, really enjoying the just all the new energy down there in Kemah. And the city's been great working with us, and we've got a billboard that we put up on our location, so we'll have a lot of visibility to the area around there as far as what we represent.
So is the majority of your business in the motorcycle realm, or are you starting? You said you're just starting to grow your boat business.
Yeah, we've always done boat brokerage, consignment sales, and we've become a new boat dealer within the last year.
Well, your location works well for that too.
It's a perfect location for that. And then we've maintained our old location, which is just going to be for Harley service and boat service. We've got 2 bays that are just dedicated to the custom Harley work over there. One of them is the bay that we do all the dyno testing in, and we've been really blessed. I guess that's the best word for it, because our growth has been so organic there in the Kemah area, and just through people that we've known for the past 30 years being in the boat business. I was blessed. I grew up in the boat business. My dad owned a Sea Ray dealership up in Dallas for many years, and it's just one of those industries that needs that family element, and I think we're really offering that.
So can people bring their motorcycles to like what am I trying to think of? A day to put it on the dyno, like a dyno day. Do you guys have a dyno day every now and then?
Yeah. What we try to do is one Saturday a month. We have a dyno day, and we do it at a ridiculously low price. Usually it's anywhere from $75 to $100, and that's 3 pulls on the dyno.
Wow.
And
Can I bring my Corvette down there and put it on that dyno?
We could put 1 wheel on it since it's a motorcycle dyno, but we'll see what we can work out for you.
Yeah, I got you.
But the other thing about you is, okay, so you come, you get your 3 pulls, and you're not happy. Well, here, let me introduce you to my shop manager. We can make you happy.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. In fact, that happened a couple of weeks ago. A gentleman came in and he wasn't getting all the power he wanted out of his Road Glide, and pursuant to doing a dyno pull, now we're putting a cam in it. And we're doing some other work to the motor just to kind of get him to that horsepower and torque number that he wants to be at.
What's it like putting a cam in a V-twin?
It's my fingers are way too big for it. It's pretty meticulous.
You have to pull the engine off of the bike?
It depends on which model it is.
Gotcha.
But in most cases, we can do it without taking the motor completely out of the frame. But we carry all the main brands that people are looking for. We deal with a big distributor called Drag Specialties, and Drag is kind of the soup to nuts company for anything that's related to V-twins. So
Gotcha.
Whatever they're looking for, we can pretty much get it for them.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, what a great business. I mean, you are in the fun business is what you are in.
And that's what gets me out of bed every morning is that when you're selling fun and you really can paint the picture for people, having been a big part of this industry for a long time, it really conveys to the customer. And they're not just buying a boat. They're not just buying a motorcycle or service. They're kind of buying into your enthusiasm.
Okay, let me ask you an off-the-wall question. So I come down there and I buy one of your boats and with the trailer, and now I really am, for the first time in my life, I've never owned a pickup truck, but I need to buy a pickup truck to pull the boat. Where do you send them?
Boy, that's a good question. You're kind of putting me on the spot there, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I will just say that we've bought our pickups from Ron Carter.
Okay.
We've got a Dodge 3500, and then we've got a Ford F350. Just because we never know if we're going to be pulling an 18-foot boat or a 35-foot boat, so having that extra capacity is great. But we've had wonderful service from them, and also
Diesels?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Diesels.
They're both diesels. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's always good to have a little more truck.
dualies?
No, they're just
Single wheel.
Just single wheel.
The dually thing is way over. You don't, for most applications, you really don't need a dually because
Fifth wheel for a dually because you're putting that much weight on it.
I know somebody that had a fifth wheel, and they had a Ford. No, actually, they had a Chevrolet Duramax with single wheel, and it pulled it just fine. So I guess it depends, but I mean, really, it's all about the capacity. It's not the capability.
Well, and for you at Ron Carter, you can get all three because they have Ford, Dodge, and GM there at that one location in Alvin.
Do you like one better than the other one?
That's kind of hard to say. The Dodge is newer. It's been a great truck so far. To me, that Ford seems like it's got a little bit more low end torque, but that's just, I guess, my take on it.
Well, it could be geared differently too.
Could be geared differently as well, but we've had great service out of both of them.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, they're both great tow vehicles. Particularly for what you're doing.
Because when we get a new vehicle every week. So every once in a while, matter of fact, I'm driving a brand new GMC Sierra Ultimate, $85,000 with a diesel. But I'm not towing anything.
Right.
I never tow anything. So I'm asking somebody that you do that. Part of your job is towing stuff. And so we don't really talk to many people that tow stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, and we're fortunate also, there's still plenty of gas trucks on the market that are fully capable of pulling the load. But I think over the long run, just as far as maintenance and durability, the turbo diesel is going to win
The way to go.
every time. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell everybody it's DC Motorsports.
It's DC Powersportz and Marine, and we're located at 204 Marina Bay Drive or 2094, whichever one you go by.
And you have an internet presence too.
We do. It's just DC Powersportz with a Z instead of an S.com. And
Good.
you can find all of our inventory on there, and you can also find all of our different capabilities.
Where are you in here?
We are down in the auto section, actually. There was some space that opened up at the last minute, I guess, because I heard the Jeep wasn't coming in or something like that.
Stellantis. Yeah,
Stellantis, right. And so we were able to take advantage of that. And Wyatt, who's the guy that's over the auto show, being a good friend, he called up and said, hey, if you need some space, I got it. So we took advantage
cool.
of it.
Yeah, that's good. So have you got a lot of foot traffic down there?
The foot traffic has been phenomenal. Of course, today it's been
Crazy.
Crazy is a
And
great.
it's still early.
Yeah, and it's still early. So, we've had a lot of families coming in. We've had a few people coming in that are really specifically looking for one boat or another. But I think as the day goes on, just based on my experience, get into the afternoon and the evening, we're going to start seeing more people that are in that buying mode because they know we're nearing the end of the show. This used to be a 2-week show.
Yeah.
Bringing it down to 5 days, I think it helps with that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Well, and like you say, some people come here, I want that kind of boat, and I'm going to see what they got. And other people saying they're more looky-loos. They really want to look at all the boats you got.
Looky-loos.
to decide.
I like
Yeah,
that
kicking
term.
the tires.
Yeah, there's a lot of first-time boaters coming down here because they want to be able to see, hey, do we want a pontoon boat or a runabout or a center console? So they're kind of narrowing the field there, and then within that field, they'll go back and start looking at the different brands.
Which is a great thing about these kind of shows.
Jill, it's
Absolutely.
great to meet you. Great
Yeah,
to have you on
thanks.
the show with us. Thank you very much for stopping by,
You're
taking
welcome.
the time away from your display. You better get your butt back down there. They're all waiting for you.
Yeah, we got bills to pay. Absolutely. Thanks, you guys.
Chill Pillsbury is his name, DC Powersportz. All right, time now for a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back after these brief messages.
Rev your engines and set sail for the ultimate surf and turf. The Houston AutoBoative Show, January 24th through the 28th at NRG Center. One ticket gets you into both the auto show and the boat show. See your favorite car and boat brands under one roof. Learn about the latest electric vehicles and test drive one with Evolve Houston. Board your dream boat and check out the bass fishing demos. It's the Houston AutoBoative Show, January 24th through the 28th. Buy early and save at automotiveshow.com.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupe Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Lupe Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants invite you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.